Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just got back from a walk around my neighborhood, so I'm a little like hot, gross, rough looking, but to be honest, I'm always looking rough, and that's just what you get when you watch my videos, so you just have to deal with it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you everything that is on my baby registry. Now I want to put this disclaimer out there first. I am not making this video so that you can go buy me things off my registry. That is not my intention. I'm sharing this because if you are pregnant and you need help getting ideas for what to put on your registry, I'm hoping that this video can help you. Now, if you do want specific links to anything that I mentioned in this video, just comment your Instagram handle and I can DM you that link. Otherwise, I am not going to be putting the link to my registry because again, I don't want you to buy me anything. That's not what this video is for. And also to preface this is my third child, but my husband did have a vasectomy and then a vasectomy reversal for us to have this child. So we were not actually planning on having a third child at the beginning. So we essentially have nothing. So we're basically starting over with the baby stuff. I got a lot of stuff on here, so let's just go ahead and get into it. You'll have to forgive me because I will be looking down at my phone a lot because my baby registry is on here and obviously I haven't memorized everything on this list. So first up, we have the Ergo Baby Embrace Cozy Newborn. Okay, I'm not gonna read all the titles. I've got a baby carrier on here. I heard really good things about this Ergo baby carrier. I really liked the color of this one. I have a hard time with finding things that are like light, but also like not a full-on, I don't even know what you call it, like just the wrap, like a cloth wrap or whatever. I wanted one with like buckles, something that's a little bit easier, but I find that those are like heavy and bulky. So heard good things about this one. Again, I like the color, so we'll see how it works. Next up, I have a baby bouncer. It's really important to me to have somewhere to put the baby in something that is like super light to just carry around the house so I can have the baby with me wherever room I'm in. I really liked the look of this one. Super simple and just easy to travel with and take wherever I'm going. Next up, this one's kind of random, but I got a playpen that's like a pop-up tent. I am having this baby in the summer and it's possible that we will be going to the beach at some point, and I think this would be good to keep the baby in while we're at the beach. So I put that on there, and even if we don't use it this year when the baby is born, we will definitely be using it next summer. And it fits more than one kid, and I have two already, so I think it will just be good for everyone to just play in there and relax, and definitely perfect for the baby to be in. Okay, next up, this is definitely not a necessity for your baby, but I am having a boy. I had this vision in my head of putting the baby in his going home outfit in like a little brother onesie and then a baseball cap. I don't know why I thought this was so cute. And I also don't know if it's even gonna fit the baby when we're going home, but regardless, I think hats on little babies are so cute. So I've got 3 hats on my list. One that's kind of like specific colors, and then the other 2 are like basic colors that will go with everything. And I thought the one hat that says Bubba on it is really cute. So yeah, I've got hats on there. Don't know if they're gonna fit right away, but they will eventually, and he'll look so cute in them. Next up, we've just got washcloths, hooded towels in various colors. We do still have some washcloths left over from when the kids were born. So I think just having one set of washcloths will be good. I don't want too many things because that's just more laundry that I don't want to do. And then I have 3 sets of the hooded towels, one cute one and then some basic ones. And then of course we've got just some soap and shampoo. I've got Aveeno on here, and then I've got Honest Company shampoo and lotion, all the bath stuff, essentials. And then I also have a little baby bathtub on there. This one is specifically for babies less than 6 months old, and I don't have anything on there for babies past that. I don't know if I'll be getting anything else or if I'll just put him in like the actual bathtub by then, which is probably what I'll do. And then to go along with that, in the future, I've got a non-slip bath mat on here so that he just doesn't slip around when he does get to that 6-month age. And then I've got a few other like bathtub things, like a faucet safety cover. We never had this for our first 2 kids, and we always like would freak out when they got too close. So I do think that this will ease our minds a little bit if we have one of these. And then I just have like a little baby bath rinse cup on here that I thought was cute, and it's just helpful to have in the bathtub as like their own little cups so that we don't have to use our own cups, and it's just easier, safer to put over their forehead and everything, so keeps it out of their eyes. So I've got that on there as well. Super inexpensive. Next up, I have some hand and face wipes. These really come in handy when we're going out and about. Even for my kids, I wish I had these more often. They're just fragrance-free hand and face wipes that are just like safe to wipe them down really quickly if you need to, if they get food all over them or something. Good for toddlers and for babies. And then I have diaper rash cream. I like the ones that spray. Obviously, I don't know if baby boy is going to have any kind of reaction to this specific diaper cream, but I know that at least my son used it when he got a little bit older, and I wish that we had had that spray sooner instead of like the cream. I know that they have like applicators that you can buy for it too, so that's also an option if you don't want the spray. We just really like the spray. It was super easy to just spray on there and just leave it there. Next up, I got these little drinking cups. Obviously this isn't for like babies. He's not going to be drinking out of a sippy cup like this right away, but I did put it on there for the future because I think they're super cute. I saw the word durable on there, and we were always looking for durable cups and I think this will be good, like a good little transition cup. Next up, I've got the Dr. Brown's bottles. I thought about trying other bottles just because I didn't like all the Dr. Brown's pieces that you have to wash, but also we know that they work. We don't know anything else. We've always used Dr. Brown's bottles, so I put those bottles on there along with some extra like nipples when you move up to like level 2. I've got a couple of those on there, and going along with that, I also put on there a bottle warmer. This is something that we didn't know that we needed until we had our second kid, and once we did have a bottle warmer, it was like a game changer. It was so easy to just make the bottle, put it in the bottle warmer, and just trust and know that it was going to be the right temperature. I mean, obviously we did check it every time, but you know, it was always the right temperature, and that was just a comfort to know and just not have to worry about any of that. Next up, I've got some baby bibs. I like these bibs because it has the pouch in the bottom that catches the food that falls instead of it just like getting all over the place. Obviously they're not foolproof and food is still going to get all over the place, especially if they like throw it, because that does happen. But I like the pouch because it gives a little bit of protection there, and also they're silicone, so they're easy to just wipe off and clean after they're done using them. So highly recommend getting a pouch silicone bib like this. Next up, just a couple of packs of burp cloths that I have here. Just an essential when you're burping your baby. You need some kind of cloth to put there, and not much to say about that. You just need to have burp cloths on your registry. Okay, next up, I don't know why this rinse cup wasn't in the bath section, but I put another rinse cup on there just so we could have a good cup. I liked this silicone one, and yeah, that was it. Next up, I've got a pop and sit portable booster chair. I really like this. It looks just like a little like camper chair. I think it's so cute, but it's really good for like when you go out. You can just set your baby in there and it'll kind of be like they're sitting at the table with you. And they've got their own little tray that you can wipe down, and you don't have to worry about them getting food all over the table. Next up, I've got a few different kinds of pacifiers on here. I've got a few itsy ritzy ones, and I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Nook, N-U-K pacifiers. So we're gonna see if he takes a pacifier. I really hope he does, to be honest. Yeah, just got a couple different pacifiers, and then I've also got a silicone feeder pacifier, like when you put like fruits inside of it and they can suck on it and get like the juice out and stuff. So put a couple of those on there. Next up is this baby monitor. We're trying out a different one. It has good reviews. I know nothing about it, but it's just like a small compact camera that can like tilt and zoom and pan and all that stuff. And I'm really hoping that we can just like use this one and have it like last. It says you can see the whole room with it, and you do view it from your phone, which is different from the ones we've had in the past. We're used to having just like a monitor, but I don't really feel like setting up a monitor on my thing. I would rather it just notify me on my phone, and then I can just view it there. Plus, we're not gonna have our baby too far from us. He's only gonna be like a couple rooms over. We're all gonna be downstairs, so I know that I'll be able to hear him. It's not advertised as like a baby monitor. It's just advertised as like a security camera. So we'll see how that one works. I thought it was super inexpensive with the good reviews that it had. We're gonna try it. Ow, my feet are asleep. Oh gosh. Okay, Next up, like healthcare stuff, like a whole grooming set. We've got thermometer, hairbrush, nail file, nail clippers, little, what do you call that thing? The little nose sucker? Not nose sucker. Yeah, I guess it is, but it's just like the bulb one. And then I got a different hairbrush and comb set. I don't really know why. I think I just like the natural colors of the hairbrush. Next up, just a couple of swaddle blankets. My kids have never liked to be swaddled when they were babies. They hated it, so I don't know if this baby's even gonna like to be swaddled, but regardless, it's a cute little blanket that we can have out on display, whether he uses them or not. Next up, just a few crib sheets. I put 4 different ones on here that went with like the colors of his nursery, and I knew I wanted to have more than one because obviously they spit up, they have accidents, all that stuff. You need extra crib sheets. You can't just put 1, or you can't even really put 2 on there. I feel like 4 is a good number of crib sheets to have. Next up, just a couple of fuzzy blankets. Obviously he won't be using them in the bed when he's sleeping, but it is nice to have blankets maybe when you're going out and about and it's a little colder. Plus by the time it gets cold again, he'll be a bit older. So next up, I have to put nursery furniture on here as well because we don't have anything. Like I said, we have absolutely nothing. So I put this rocking chair on there that I thought was cute that would go with his nursery. And then we've got a natural wood crib on here that I thought was so stinking cute. And a crib is pretty important. If you don't have a crib, you need one. Next up, just a couple of nursing things. I've got like soothing, cooling gel pads for when I'm breastfeeding, and then nipple cream for when I'm breastfeeding. I also have a Haka on here. I am not actually getting a real pump because we are going into this right off the bat saying that we are breastfeeding and we are formula feeding, just to take kind of a lot of the pressure off of me. If I'm home, I'm gonna be breastfeeding. The Haka will be good for that because it just catches the other side when you're having a letdown, so that it's not wasting the one side if your baby's feeding on the other side, if that makes sense. I've always wanted one of those. I've never had one. I don't even think it was a thing when I had kids 5 years ago. Maybe it was, but I just never knew about it. So I'm excited about those. And honestly, it'll be good if I ever need to like hand pump, because it is essentially just like a little hand pump. I just knew that I didn't want to actually pump because, again, it was like a chore. I didn't want the pressure of having to pump. I would rather just feed the baby if I needed to. And yeah, you know what? We'll figure it out when we get to it. I just knew I didn't want to pump. So it's possible that I might get 2 Hakas in case I ever need to like hand pump if I'm out and I need like super full. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Next up, I have a little stroller fan. Like I said, he's gonna be born in the heat of the summer, so if we ever go out when he's like a month old or whatever, it's gonna be hot. So I wanted him to have a little stroller fan so he didn't get too overheated. And then I also have this stroller organizer on here, especially if we're taking the wagon, because the wagon doesn't have any compartments to put anything except for like inside the wagon. So I thought it would be nice to just have like a little thing on the handle that I can just pick out what I need, especially if you have a baby. Like, you just want to be able to have everything organized within reach. Next up, I have a car camera on here. I have always had mirrors for my kids, but I've heard that the sun can just like reflect off the mirror and just really hurt their eyes if they look up in the mirror. So I want to avoid that. So I just put on here like a little car camera instead of a mirror. And it's probably a bit easier to just see them as well, because you can just kind of move the camera around instead of like if the mirror falls down, which we did have that issue in my car. The mirror would always fall down, then I'm like, oh, I can't see him, and it's not like I can reach to adjust it. So car camera will probably be a little bit easier. Next up, I put on here this cute little bear rattle. It's just, I just thought it was cute. And then a couple of teethers. I've got a pretzel teether on there, a couple of other teethers that look like little bear heads. And then I've got some teethers that you can freeze that are fruits. And then like a remote teether, because you know how babies always like grab like the remotes and just, I can't think of anything else, but just like adult things. That's what they want, keys and stuff like that. So I figured just having a teether that looked like a remote would be good. I put a few toys on there. Obviously he won't be playing with them right away, but they'll be good to have like out in his nursery so I don't have to worry about them. Got a couple of Montessori toys. This one specifically looks like the one that you can get on Love Every. It's just a different colors, so I thought that was good and a lot cheaper probably than the Love Every one. Some rainbow stacking toys, cups, blocks, the little ring stacks, block shapes that you can put inside a bucket. It has the indents of the shapes and you put the shapes inside the bucket. I've got this busy board that my son will probably want to play with, to be honest. And he's gonna be 5, but just something that they can like move around and be focused on. Musical instruments, another rattle. I've just got a whole bunch of random stuff on here. Montessori base, wooden, no batteries, which is kind of what I'm going for this time around. Next up, I actually already have this, but I put on there a pregnancy pillow. Now, I really needed this when I was having back pain from my kidney stone, but I didn't know the back pain was from my kidney stone, so I tried it out. Still really comfy. I've used it a couple times since then, and I'm sure that I will be using it a lot more when I'm like really pregnant, about to pop. I am actually 27 weeks as I'm filming this. I'm getting there. I'm in the 3rd trimester, just not quite as big as I'm going to get. I'm sure that pregnancy pillow will come in handy, and it is cooling and it is super comfortable. So I highly recommend this, especially if you have a lot of back pain during your pregnancies. Next up, these are just a few things that are going to be going in his nursery. We actually already have these 2 pendants. Pennants, is that how you say it? Pennants. The first one is for this child I have prayed, and then the other one is you are my sunshine. That's kind of the theme of his nursery, is like sunshine, you are my sunshine theme, with like sage green and cream colors. And he also doesn't have a closet in his room because it is actually like our front room. So right now it's the dog's room, and it's eventually going to be a formal dining room, but right now it is going to be a nursery. That's what we're going to be putting it into. So there's no closet in there, so we have to get him a couple of like clothing racks to hang up his like regular clothes, I guess. And he'll have a dresser as well, which I'll go ahead and show. So I put a dresser on there too. So he'll have that for folded up clothes, and then just a couple of hanging racks for his other clothes. Next up, I put on the Jolly Jumper. This is something that we used for my son, and it was amazing. He absolutely loved it. Super easy to just set up like a little stand in your house, and it's not super obnoxious and brightly colored. And I'm sure if our baby boy is anything like our oldest boy, he will absolutely love this as well. Next, I just put a little table lamp on there just to go in his nursery. A random other toy that wasn't in the toy section, just like little wooden cars that I thought were really cute that I could put on display in his room. Put a couple of reusable breast pads on there. Again, I don't know why that wasn't in the nursing section, but there you go, reusable breast pads. Next up, I've heard good things about the Frida Baby 3-in-1 sound machine. I've heard like mixed reviews actually, but mostly good things. And I feel like sound machines are an essential. When you have a baby, it just helps them sleep better. I put gripe water on there. This was something that was an absolute lifesaver with my son when he was colicky. If this baby is anything like Caleb was, the gripe water is really going to come in handy. I put a few plates and utensils, like starter plates and starter utensils that are like suction cups, so they can suction to the table so it doesn't like move all over the place. Got those in different colors, and it looks like that you can get these plates with lids or without lids, and I put without lids, but if you wanted a plate with a lid, that would be good for going out. Maybe I will put lids on there actually. Next up, I've just got a pacifier wipe thing on there. This comes in handy. Baby's always going to be dropping their pacifier, and this is just easy to just pull out and wipe, especially if you're out and about. Next up are a few other nursery decor items. I've got a sage green checkered rug on there. I thought that would be so cute in his room. I'm really into checkers right now, and just like these colors are just so classic. And then I've got a You Are My Sunshine. It's not a decal, I don't know what you call it. It's just wooden letters that you put on the wall, essentially. So you just nail them on the wall. But I thought that was really cute. Then I've got this little activity gym on there. I thought these ones were nice. I don't really like the bright color, obnoxious ones. So I've got this cute gender neutral one. That'll be good to just lay out if I'm doing something else in the house or something like that. And last up, I have a diaper bag on here. Then this one is unfortunately currently unavailable, which I've noticed a couple of these things are currently unavailable. So So my battery died. I don't really know exactly where it cut me off, but I know I was talking about the diaper bag. So yeah, diaper bag. I liked the neutral colors. That's kind of my thing, wearing a neutral colored t-shirt. That's all I have for you. So I hope that this video helped you, gave you ideas if you are pregnant and just like at a complete loss of what to do for your baby. Hope this helped. I hope it gave you ideas even if you did know what you needed for the baby and just didn't know like what kind to get. Maybe I just helped inspire you in that way, or like a baby boy nursery idea. Whatever the case, I hope that it was able to help you. Again, if you need a specific link, just let me know your Instagram handle in the comments and I will send you over that link. Not so you can buy it for me. Please do not buy it for me. We'll take care of it on my end. We're having a baby shower, all that. Like, just please don't buy it for me. That's not why I'm making this video. But if you want it for yourself, I will link it for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.